All right. What's up, everybody? So in Mexico, I want to do a live stream before I go to dinner and talk about some of the stuff that's come up. I mean, this story is obviously developing very, very quickly, and new information is coming out. And multiple people sent me this report, which is supposedly quoting, or it's a post that the sniper that took down the shooter, it's supposedly from him. And I'm going to say in advance, I have not verified whether or not this is accurate, but this is one of those conversations where it's like, okay, if this is real, if this is true, people need to explain exactly what's really going on here, because anybody who even knew that this could happen and let it happen needs to be in prison forever. And anybody who was actively involved, if they didn't already find their brain on the ground, needs to be in prison forever. And that is essentially, supposedly, in this report, what the sniper is claiming. And again, there's going to be a million unverified things. If this ends up not being true, I'll change the title of this video. I'll, whatever. Like, I have no motivation to put anything not real out. Is it a fake quote? Do you know that for sure? Because you haven't even seen what I said. This is the post I'm talking about. You guys seen this? So we're going to talk about that. And then there's a bunch of other stuff too. Stuff that's come out today. So that is what we're going to do. All right. I'm going to show you guys exactly what he said. And welcome, guys. We gained, let's see what our current, let's see where we're at now. We have gained about 20,000 new subscribers today. So welcome, everybody. Thank you, guys. Excited to have you guys on board. But let's I know, no, believe me, I know that's exactly my point. That's why exactly why I'm prefacing that I have no verification whether or not this is real. The thing is, real or not real, the explanation for what's claimed here needs to be given either way. Okay. So here's what we're talking about. All right. So this is a post, and it says, "My name is Jonathan Willis. I'm the officer in the famous photo of the two snipers on the roof at Trump's rally. I came here to inform the public I had the assassin in my sights for at least 3 minutes, but the head of the Secret Service refused to give the order to take out the perp. 100% the top brass prevented me from killing the assassin before he took a shot at President Trump." Here's the thing about that, all right? Here's the thing about that. Whether or not that post is real, I already heard from a 100% verified source, okay, that the rules of engagement, supposedly, in a situation like that, is they have to wait until someone fires on the president. How is that? How is that possible? So you got one of two options, okay? And like I said, that's verified. So you got one of two options. You either have conspiracy or incompetence on a level that's kind of unfathomable. You had an entire parking lot of people screaming, "He's got a gun. He's got a gun." The guy's army crawling on a roof that's 150 meters from President Trump with a fucking assault rifle. They're all, "Well, you just got to make 100% sure that he does have a lethal weapon." It's like, you do? Because what they said, they're all, "Well, it's you don't want to take a bad shot." And it turns out it's just like a journalist with a telescope. You're like, if a person is stupid enough to put themselves within a very easy shot range with a thing that looks very similar to a rifle scope, and they're going to army crawl themselves up there, okay? If you get noodled, that is tragic, but less tragic, no offense to the hypothetical person that doesn't exist that got killed, less tragic than the leading candidate in the American presidential race getting shot in the face in front of the entire world. You guys understand that that's what would have happened had this gone even a millimeter different. Okay, the clip that everyone would be seeing would be a bullet blowing up Trump's face. The guy that got hit is some heroic father that when the shots rang out, he blanketed himself over his family like everybody hopes that they would in that situation. I have 3 daughters, wife. Like, I thought about that all day. I'm like, I would call myself 99% sure that that's exactly what I would do. But that guy got hit in the head and it blew his head out like brain matter. I heard a lot of people talking about how they were talking about the caliber of the weapon. because I think I heard, I can't remember exactly what it was. Someone very credible was saying they thought it sounded like a 22 long rifle in an AR setup or whatever. I think it was Tim Kennedy. And obviously Tim Kennedy knows a fucking hell of a lot more about, ammunition and rifles than I do. However, I know that a 22 round is not going to blow a person's head up. So I think that disqualifies the AR round or the 22. And this was before that information came out. When he put that out, that was before. The information about the injury sustained by the guy who got killed came out today. And it came from multiple sources. Like his head got blown up. So there's a guy on a roof with a 223. And even if it was a 22, it looks identical to a fucking AR. How are you going to prioritize, well, what if we take a bad shot? If an even moderately competent shooter is up there, they're going to blow up Trump's head. That makes no sense. And I want to keep coming back to I think the most important thing that I can come back to is I would be talking just like this if it was Biden on the stage. This is not about politics. It's not about who you vote for. This is America. That's the leading American candidate. Joe Biden's the American president. You can't shoot these guys, dude. That's not how this works. You could strap me to a lie detector and I would pass that with flying colors. Would you be excited to see Joe Biden go out violently? Absolutely not. Fuck no, I wouldn't. If I have to compare the two, yeah, I would probably be a little bit more mad about Trump, but you're talking 10 out of 10 and like 9.5 out of 10. No one should have any positive feelings towards a thing like this. And anybody who feels disappointed that Trump did not get shot in the face and killed, you need to seriously examine the sources of information that you have. And also you need to go see a therapist. I never recommend therapy, but you need a fucking therapist. You don't know him. If you can hate a person enough to wish death on them and you don't know them, then you're a crazy person. You need to talk to someone. Anyway, hey, Gab, this guy's like, stop calling Joe Biden the president. That's fair. So again, let's say that this is not real, right? Let's just say that this thing that got put out claiming to be the sniper, and he's saying I was given strict instructions not to fire on the sniper. Well, even if that's not real, again, Secret Service already verified that their rules of engagement is they wait until the president's fired upon. From 150 yards with a rifle caliber round? Any of you guys that shoot, what's the percentage that you're going to hit that target with iron sights from 150 yards? Trump's a big ass dude. Any of you that are moderately competent are going to make that shot at a minimum 9 out of 10 times, probably much higher than that. It's a miracle that he survived. And you're telling me that the Secret Service, that's their protocol? Let him get a shot off? How is that possible? It's insane. It makes no sense. You put a real scope on it. It's ridiculous, dude. Now, here's the other thing. So because the video that I did on this went so big, listen, dude, anybody who's a content creator has speculated 1,000 different ways on how the algorithm works and what can trigger it to get your content shown to a wider audience. My theory has always been, one of my theories is that Google, being as advanced as it is in terms of knowing who everyone is, and they've got all the analytics on who everybody, I think that Google knows when someone who has a tremendously large platform views something. And I think if someone who's a very big influencer watches a video and then forwards it to someone else, then it throttles it. That I believe is probably why my video went so big, because I've never had a video do what this video that I did today is doing. But I will, because of that, and I know so many people watched it. I went back and watched it again. I'm like, all right, so many people watched it. Let me see what I fucking said about whatever. And the part of the video that I was maybe not most, but certainly was proud of is when I was talking about the Secret Service agents that are on his detail. Like, people are making this, like it's like a joke about DEI. They're like, oh, look at the diversity hires that are on his Secret Service detail. It's like, okay, yeah, I know we joke about DEI all the time. The Acolyte, the wokest Star Wars show ever, and so it sucks balls. Me Too, they weeded out all of the talented men out of Hollywood because they're like, oh, they're so talented, you're successful. What are successful men going to do with their, with all their success in Hollywood? It's like probably fuck a lot of young actresses. And they're like, well, not anymore. You're gone. It's like the young actresses are taking over now. We're making shows. And you guys aren't talented. So your shows suck balls and you're garbage. Like, that's funny, kind of, But when you're talking about a secret, like pilots of airplanes, Secret Service agents, that shit's not funny, dude. Like, how many retired SEAL Team 6 operators or Tier 1 elite operators exist that are under 50 years old? Guys who have retired from, guys who are doing like missions all the time, but are still within plenty of age that they're operating as, tactically in their prime. And they're doing other things. What's a more important detail than protecting the president and former presidents of the United States? Where should we be putting the best of us? Why is that not a $350,000 job? It's not that much money. And make it the most challenging and elite role possible for people who have to, demonstrate tactical prowess. Why the fuck would you have a girl on his team that couldn't run a fucking mile in under 9 minutes and can't even reholster her weapon? Who would lose in a fight to 90% of dudes who go to the gym? And 99% of dudes who go to the gym. How is that person on Trump's Secret Service detail? I don't understand. We're at the Secret Service, we're going to have a 30% DEI. We're trying to hire diverse candidates. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Your job is to make sure the president doesn't get murdered. Fuck your diversity. Fuck DEI. You're responsible for protecting life of our leaders that we elect to run the country, that represent us on a global scale. Or a global stage scale. I did that on my video too, global scale. I meant stage. Why would anyone give a shit about the gender or fucking race of the people who are going to be standing between murderers and the best of us that we elect to lead? It makes no sense. It's that shit's not funny at all. The Star Wars, The Acolyte is hilarious. Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light is fucking hilarious. Let them just with their woke shit. Let them do that all day. This is something completely different. This is not funny. Because Trump is alive not because of his Secret Service. He's alive because he moved his head in miracle, the exact moment the guy took the shot. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Secret Service agents who got in between an active shooter and Trump. That is heroic. That's not my point. But why don't you have the best of the best? Because anyway, you guys get the point. Brian Yoshi, thank you for your super chat. And Darren Jones, thank you very much. What about the fact that the kid was able to get onto the rooftop in the first? Exactly. Why didn't they have those buildings locked down with security? Exactly. It defies all logic. Okay. There are like 3 elevated positions in the entire area. It's a fucking open field. You have 3 buildings. And like I was saying in my video, dude, Gabrielle can verify this. We have Trump's motorcade has passed us while we were sitting and waiting for them to all go. Dude, it's like, Gabby, how many vehicles do you think? Like 20 vehicles of people. How about you have 2 vehicles of people? Okay, there's only 3 fucking buildings, dude. 3. What are Secret Service agents that are standing on stage behind Trump going to do? Well, I take that back. They're going to dive in front of him and try to get shot instead of him, which they did. But if your rules of engagement are the guy gets a shot off first, you're going to be protecting a corpse if a miracle doesn't happen. Okay. So obviously, tactically, you put someone on each of the elevated positions as direct line of sight to the stage. What the fuck are you doing? What DEI hire made that choice? And if it's not that, then which person who's in on this made that choice? This is not high-level tactical prowess. Nelson Reyes, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you very much. Very generous. You guys are the best, dude. So let me pull up Benny Johnson's. Benny Johnson is the one where I saw the diversity hire Secret Service agent, and is, I mean, here it is right here. This is just, it just doesn't even make sense, dude. Okay, so actually, I'll make it big for you guys. So this is what we're here. Let me pause it and start it over. Okay, so what we're looking at is this girl, this one right here. And honestly, let me actually, before I even show you this, I'm not saying anything negative towards this woman at all. Like, don't like find out who she is and go on her Twitter and talk shit. This has nothing to do with her. Well, she should be responsible for much more training and muscle memory in terms of, you know, holstering and reholstering her weapon. But this is not about her. This is about people in decision-making positions in the government. She has no business on this detail whatsoever. Okay, so watch her. Watch how this is responsible for 6'5" Donald Trump's safety. So, okay, I got to put my gun away. Oh, I've never done this before. I couldn't find my holster. I'll just pretend like I don't see, look around. Hopefully no one saw that. There it is. There's my holster. You put me in a cage with her, how many people are going to bet on her to win in a fight? Me versus her. I'm 5'10", 195. And my point, and this is not about like, whoa, Jetsy looks tough. My point is, I should not be able to beat any fucking Secret Service agent on Donald Trump's detail in a fucking fight. They should all strangle me to death inside of a minute. It's just common sense, dude. Like these people they extract money at all levels. They just take the tax dollars. They print more money and they just extract it all over the place. Okay. To bump that job up, the most elite Secret Service detail you can have to like $300K a year or whatever is fucking nothing. What is more important than that? And once you make it through, like, just make them get paid the average salary that a fucking doctor makes. Is their job less important than a doctor? No, you know what I mean? This is not rocket science. Rick and something, what's up, my dude? Thank you very much, good sir. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, like that, when I don't know if you guys follow the, I don't know, like the kind of tactics community where they show people how to train that kind of stuff. You know, there are a couple of black belts in my jiu-jitsu gym that they practice stuff like they practice bringing their weapon from here to, you know, to line of sight with a round balanced on the fucking top of their slide. And I watch them do it and I'm like, man, that is, I mean, I mean, they're also like exceptional at jiu-jitsu and really understand training muscle memory, but I watch them do that. It's like the precision that you have to take to be able to get good at that is unbelievably awesome. But everyone on that detail, that's the level they should be operating at. Fuck, shit. Where the fuck's my holster? Makes no sense, dude. I mean, honestly, can you guys imagine? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have. Can you imagine if that round hit Trump where it was intended? Like the world that we live in right now. We're on vacation in Cabo right now. And I told everybody today, I'm like, I probably would have flown home. You know, like if Trump got killed on a stage, I'm not having any fucking margaritas in Cabo, dude. I couldn't do it, dude. I would either wait out the week, you know, sitting, doing whatever. I'm not celebrating anything if that happens. The world, like, it's that big a deal. That would be that big a deal. You just fucking cancel whatever you think you're doing on vacation, and you just like everyone would be in mourning if they have any understanding of what this is supposed to mean. And it would be the same if it was Biden, Obama, George Bush, any of them, dude. President of the United States is a sacred thing. That's why when they started prosecuting Trump for this stupid shit, that's why it was so good for him in the polls is because most of us, regardless of which, this fucking stupid team shit, Democrat, Republican, oh, there's two teams, two. That is the kind of thing that these guys trick us into. But like, I don't know, dude. We're all on the same team, dude. At the end of the day. B40, let me pull that up for you real quick. Hang on, sorry. What's up, brother? Thank you very much. NYPD cop for 19 years. You were taking your life in your hands, working with 99% of female cops. Listen, dude. I am, listen, dude, like and my opinion on that stuff is always going to be trumped, get it, by people who have been on the job. I've never been on the job, but I've done a lot of jiu-jitsu against girls. No offense, ladies. Okay. If any of you guys are watching, you guys are very good at jiu-jitsu, but if I went 100%, I'll smash all of you. That just is a fact. I would never do it. It's just like, you can just feel fuck, dude. If Rose is watching this, by the way, how gangster is Rose Namajunas last night? And if you guys are watching this, Rose is the exception. She probably strangles me. She's so fucking good, dude. But it's just a matter of like, I don't know, dude. Like, what girls aspire to be Secret Service? Why would you be forcing people who don't even want to do it into the most important role? Anyway. Yeah. Dude, Craig Jones against Gabi Garcia at CJI is going to be fucking awesome. And Victor Hugo's going to win CJI. You heard that here. Definitely, I've said it like 100 times, though, so that's not the first time. Gabrielle, come here. We have to go to dinner here in like 5 minutes. There are 18,000 people watching, Gabrielle. Do you want to come say hi? I don't know, dude. But like, this whole thing could have been, I mean, I assume everyone's going to remember where they were when they found out about this either way, right? I was very, very nervous that he got hit in a irrecoverable way. Just because of the way that I found out, I got an alert on True Social. It was way before like everyone knew. And I was watching, and it was the podium and the people behind were looking down. And I'm like, dude, I think he got hit, dude. Like, it was very clear that someone had taken a shot at someone on the stage and Trump was not visible. And if I'm being honest, I didn't have the kind of feeling that I think I would have if I instinctually was like, they like got him. Not that I'm psychic or anything. Speaking of which, dude, I watched this movie Long Legs. God damn. You guys should definitely go see that movie. But yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, look at guys. Don't think because there's 17,000 people watching that I won't put guys like this up. Hey, dude, you should start a channel. I bet you'd be super fucking successful, guy. You were watching it. So I just saw a couple of people say they were watching it live. One of the people that's here with us in Cabo said this exact same thing. He was watching it live when it happened. I don't know, dude. I've never had a 223 round fucking fly over my head, much less hit me in the ear. But anyway, like, last thing I'm going to say is this, dude. If I'm Donald Trump right now, because listen, I'm not some fucking genius. If I'm finding things to be wildly suspicious about related to his protection detail, and I'm not talking about the DEI stuff, I'm talking about failure to protect him from what's on that roof over there, he's going to be very suspicious, dude. He's super smart. And he knows people, I would imagine that he'll probably put a private detail. I don't even know how you would even handle that. But in terms of food, because that's where I would be very afraid if I was him. Now someone's trying to kill him. Did you know Trump went golfing today, by the way? So gangster. But anyway, like, they're going to try to get him again. I don't think there's any likely scenario where anyone's going to get a shot at him. But food is where I'd be concerned. Poison. And so if I'm him, I would have someone in my family like Eric or like Don Jr. going to stores and buying packaged food. No, even if I have to eat like shit for months, dude, Doritos and fucking whatever you can buy in a package with preservatives and all that. But That's how I would feel safe eating this entire time. You go to the store, you buy it, you bring it directly home here, and you go to different stores every time, buy different shit every time, and that's what I'll eat. Because someone preparing my food, if I'm him and I know who is certainly, if I was suspicious of who would be behind this, they would be like the most powerful, terrifying people in the world that literally never face any repercussions for the things that they do. You know, Joe Stu, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you, and welcome to the team. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to talk about before I bounce is this. Like, so every once in a while I'll go on a tangent, and usually I remember what I was talking about, and I come back to it when it's important. But during my video, I alluded to the fact that I was going to talk about the deep state and what it means, like what the deep state is, and who are some people. Here comes, have a seat, Gabrielle. Gabrielle and I have our own show. Link is in the description. It's much better than this channel because she's smarter than me and better looking.
It's fun though.
It is fun.
Yeah.
But like the best way to demonstrate what the deep state is to talk about who is the deep state, right? And all you have to do is go back a handful of years and go Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, deep state. That's the deep state. These guys that have been in government for fucking 30 years, okay? Yeah. Bouncing from Secretary of Defense to VP to Secretary of Transportation to whatever. They're just always bouncing around inside of like the elite level government, pulling strings. They know all the military contractors. They're the fucking CEO of military contractors at the same time as being in these roles. It's about being able to pull strings both in the private sector and in the government. It's about power. That's what it's about. For sure. And then essentially what it means when they're in that position is they can leverage the power of the American government to their ends. Okay. The president is only president for 4 years. You can't really do that much with 4 years compared to guys like Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney. Those guys ran roughshod. Yeah. And honestly, I'm not even saying it as a negative. Like those guys had probably had to make decisions that are unfathomable to regular folks. Everything like that, when you're on the outside looking in, this doesn't even pass the smell test. When they can't jail him, what's the next up? Exactly. Kenny Powers, thank you for the super chat. I mean, this is exactly what Andrew Tate said forever ago, and we knew that was probably accurate, and they took their first shot at him yesterday. How do they not have someone on this roof? Exactly.
That's the question.
Go back to the beginning of this live stream.
Question. There was like 3 rooftops that had line of sight.
It's incompetent or collusion or conspiracy. But like Donald Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney, and those guys, like when a guy like Trump comes into office, usually the president is streamlined in through a very specific sequence of events having to do with their career, and they get groomed through government and they get super vetted out. They need to know that these guys are clear, that like they're going to listen. You know, when someone tells them, all right, we're going to pull out of Afghanistan and we're going to leave all of the military equipment there. And they're like, why the fuck would we do that? And they're like, and you know, hey, why are we going to do that? Because that means we got to buy new stuff, right? Right. You're going to get rich. They need to know they're gamers. Trump came in the back door because Hillary Clinton and them thought there was no way he could win. So he snuck in. And then they found out that the president actually has a lot of power. And if it's someone like Trump, who's headstrong, a fighter, and doesn't give a shit, he's going to do what he thinks is right. And he did what he thought is right, pulled them out of deals, you know, blew up things they had going on over here. He's like a bull in the china shop to the deep state that has all of these things put in place. Now, whether that was good, bad, or otherwise, I don't know. I don't have enough information to know why they do the things that they do outside of money. And I don't think that money is, generally speaking, like the lone driver for people who operate at that level. But I understand exactly why they hate him so much. It's because he's not playing the game that they're playing, which is why we want him to be the leader of the country, because that's what we want. You think I give a shit about pharmaceutical net revenue at the expense of my children?
No, not that.
All right, let me hit these super chats and then we're going to go to dinner. Aaron, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you.
Very anxious 8-year-old.
12-year-old kid with a $70 drone. Exactly. No drones. But again, even if they had the drones, according to Secret Service protocol, they couldn't have taken the shot anyway. The guy, like, they could literally be like, the guy zeroed in on Trump's forehead. They're all, well, he's got to take the shot first.
But no one even went to invest. Like 3 minutes is a long time for no one to have even gone to investigate the potential threat.
3 minutes is
It's an
eternity
Yeah.
if someone has a rifle pointed at someone.
100%. If this guy has him in his sights, which he did, because the time between the shots that went
People
off
were
at Trump,
screaming.
yeah, people were yelling, shooter on the roof. Like people knew he was there. And the sniper, whether or not that actual statement was real or not, but someone saying that he was in his sights for 3 minutes, you know.
And 150 yards is not that far
no
away.
one radioed in, hey, shooter on the roof, get the president.
But that's what they're saying is the protocol. Even if they said that, they can't put him down, which makes no sense.
But the protocol is also not to protect the president.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They get down.
They have to take a shot. That's a really good point, actually.
No one moved.
This is why we have a channel together, because she's smarter than
brains are
me.
better than
I
one.
literally didn't even put that together. Exactly. Even if if the guy's okay, so you don't want to take a bad shot. Why the fuck is Trump still standing there in front of a dead
We
center?
have a potential threat.
You know what? That's not incompetence. You're not going to convince me that's incompetence. That's too
You're welcome.
good job. Why is he still standing there if they're looking at a dude with a rifle aimed at him? I did see that post about the shooter in the BlackRock commercial, and I saw it's like someone's all, "Hey, why is this guy in a BlackRock commercial?" I'm like, "Gee, I wonder, if that's real." But Supreme, thank you very much, super chat. If civil war happens, what state? Listen, that's not a response. Listen, like I'm not directing this at you. But people need to shut the fuck up about civil war, dude. Like, just
We don't want
don't
that. We do
say,
not
don't
want
even
that.
say it. Like, don't even say
Don't
that
want
out
that.
loud. That's the last thing anybody wants. The one thing that I thought the movie Civil War did a really good job of is showing like, this is really what it'll
What
look
would
like. Okay, like
I haven't seen it.
it's apolitical. That I love that they did that. They're like, it's the alliance between Texas and California, and we live in Texas. So like, oh yeah, those will be our allies for sure. Not, but that was very clearly done intentionally to be like, this is not about our current state, but they did an incredible job of showing what civil war would look like. I almost brought my kids to that movie. The only reason I didn't is because I was like, oh, they'll be bored. That movie is brutal, dude. It does an incredible job showing like the horror of like just no one should even be talking civil war, because this is not about this is not about American people versus American people. This is about deep state, like institutional power against Trump, and Trump matters that much to them because we as a collective are behind him. You know what I mean? Nelson, thank you very much, dude. Thank you, dude. Well, 20,000 concurrents. That's the biggest live stream we've ever done. I appreciate you guys very much. Welcome to the channel. I love you guys. And even if you're a Biden voter, like I said, I love all you guys the same. Love you guys. Bye-bye.